r/ask Reddit. What are you exceptionally good at, but hate doing? Being on time. I only hate it because nobody I know does it. I'm always early, and I hate it, but I'm only early BC. I'm always paranoid I'm going to be late, so I'll leave really early. I'm the same way. I have horrible anxiety as soon as I realize I'm gonna be late. Listening to people's problems. Me too. For some reason people like to tell me every sad thing that has happened to them. From getting a stroke 10 years ago to finding their dead dog from a ditch after it ran away. In a way I don't mind listening. But I still don't know why these complete strangers want to tell me these things. OMG, it's not just me. I once had a woman I barely knew tell me all about her rape. It was horrible to hear. But she seemed to feel better after. But why me? Fixing computers. Please come to me if you need computer fix. Will fix for cheap. Please. Can you come over and download the RAM for me? https://downloadmoreram.com. Data entry. I can type very fast and very accurately, but it's the most mindless task with zero creativity. Data entry is a gateway to the creative world of data analysis, full of such rich creative choices as should I use a stacked bar chart or a stacked percentage chart? Do I want to show this data by day or clustered by week? And what shade of grey is best for this data? That unironically sounds like something I'd enjoy. I actually like organizing things. Why yes, I am extremely boring. How could you tell? Talking people down from suicide. It's my job. Edit. I've never been thanked so much before for this. I truly appreciate all of these comments. There are people who are asking. So anyone who needs help, advice, anything, feel free to PM me. And honestly, please be nice to your suicidal crisis line workers. It's a thankless job. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your service, Ninja. I am very good at handling children, which is ironic because I don't particularly like kids. Same. Kids enjoy my company, but I really not enjoy theirs. I felt this. Being nice to customers. The amount of times I confuse my lines. A customer walks in and I walk up to them, smile, and politely ask, "Would you like a bag with that?" Completely confusion. Sorry, I meant to use my other line. "Hi, how are you today?" I once said to a customer, "Let us know if you want any problem." Public speaking. I am an introvert, and I do safety training for my company. Comprehension has gone up drastically, and I have done quite a few talks on how to use science to make safety fun in my industry. But after, I have to shut myself in a hole for at least 3 hours to get myself back to center. Because it is so exhausting to me, I have to sort of be a different person, and doing that is mentally draining. Yeah, it's weird. I'm one of those people who has trouble holding a normal conversation with somebody, apart from people that I know of course. But if I'm giving a public speech or presentation, suddenly everybody pays attention to me and seems to respect my insight a lot. I've made some friends and contacts solely because they've witnessed me giving a speech and been impressed by the performance. I just get more confident in talk with an I know what I'm talking about voice when I can actually talk about a specific topic with some authority. Then someone random comes up to me and asks, "So tell me about yourself," and I'm suddenly totally clueless on what they're after. So after presentations I always have this what just happened moment, even though I've done a lot of them. I'm a teacher and love teaching most of the time, but I'm generally quiet outside of class. On a busy day I might be talking 5 hours straight, which is just exhausting. When I come home my wife sometimes gets mad at me because I have nothing to say, but I feel like I have literally used up more than my capacity of spoken words for the day. Apparently, my job, my superiors and co-workers often comment how good I am. In the back of my head I am thinking, wow, imagine how good I would be if I was actually doing something I care about and was passionate about. I'm actually kind of lazy and don't really do as much as I could do. However, they seem to like what I'm doing, so I do enough to maintain that facade and get compensated fairly well for it. I have thought about quitting a few times, but I have sort of settled in because it's hard to find something else out there, and if I can get away with being lazy but somehow being thought of as good at my job, might as well milk it while I can. This is me. I don't hate my job. I just hate working. I've been working from home for the past 3 weeks. You guys know why. And my superiors commend me every chance they get about how professional I am and how hard I'm working these past weeks. How I'm closing the same amount of incidents in less time and with user reviews. I'm playing Animal Crossing most of the time. And watching Avatar. Now Korra, as I've already finished with Aang. How I'm closing the same amount of incidents in less time and with user reviews. Be careful. That shit will follow you back to work. Why are you taking more time to do the same amount of work now that you're back on site? Expectations are very easy to raise and take a long time to lower. Math. I don't know why I'm this good at it, but I hate it so much that's crazy. Ah, so you're good at math. Lem test. 2 + 2. 36. Final answer. Cleaning. Until you're 15 minutes in and realize everything's dirty and you have to clean it now because you know you're not going to clean anything tomorrow. Literally every time I go to clean something, this will take 5 minutes. 2 hours later I've dismantled the room and I'm fixing something in the corner. I'm exceptionally good at waking up. I've never not woken up. It's a curse. Really. Having to face every new day with the certainty that in all likelihood my challenges and failures will carry over and over again. Sleep is my mistress, and a horse is she. Night after night, she holds me, coddles me, uses me. When sunlight comes knocking on my door, as it must, she jumps awake and sends me off into the world through the back door. Silent, dreary and blubbering curses to the wind. It is my back door. She is my guest. And yet, every morning I find myself in my lonely nakedness, darting from cover to cover, searching for any sign of respite from the heat of day. Tonight I will go back into the arms of my familiar. I will let her hold me, coddle me, use me, for one more chance that when sunlight comes knocking she will keep holding me, coddling me, using me, forevermore. You got them good words. Do it more. Yes it. Everything I have ever become exceptionally good at. As soon as I become proficient at something the fun stops and it just becomes work. I pretty much only enjoy learning, but I don't get much enjoyment out of performing what I have already learned. For example, I had an amazingly fun time learning how to weld for over 10 years. There's a lot to learn in welding and you can make major improvements for many years. You can even go your whole career learning new things about welding, but eventually you reach a point where you have become proficient and you're only doing minor adjustments to perfect your craft. For me the joy is gone at that point, and with that goes my passion for it as well. Maybe start teaching. There can be a lot of joy and satisfaction in seeing others become good at things you are teaching them. I worked with a welding supervisor who basically was tasked of getting the skills up. He was very passionate talking about other people's welds and craftsmanship. Teaching is also a good way to improve your own knowledge. Knowing how to do something is one thing. Understanding how or why you do something and being able to clearly communicate that to others is a whole other skill. Cooking. I'm an amazing cook, but I absolutely hate cooking. Cooking, that hobby you don't want anyone finding out you do, because then they just ask you to do it for them. And then you say no. Lawn work. I can do it all. Struggle to do a basic mow and trim on my own yard on time. Organization. At work everything is pristine. Any video game I play becomes disgustingly structured. The idea of organizing my bedroom makes me want to lie on the floor and cry. Much the same. At work, I clean as I go. Organized, tidy, tools cleaned and sorted. And I know where everything is. Every bolt, drill bit, spanner, item of test equipment, oil can, widget, useful piece of scrap material. If anyone wants to know where anything is, they ask me. At home, duck it. I'll vacuum tomorrow. No clean mugs. That one's not so bad. I'll just rinse it out. One end of the kitchen counter is for mail. The other day I found an unopened letter from 2016 with a £50 discount voucher in it. That would actually have been useful to me at the time. Other people's jobs. Because I work with a bunch of people that don't do their jobs. I know the feeling. Blowjobs. Got good so they don't take long. It's boring. Let's get this over with and get some ducking tacos. You sound like my uncle. Nephew, delete this. Anything academic. I have zero work ethic but can do very well on tests, essay, etc. if I actually apply myself. I just don't. Oh yeah, I am currently, as I am writing this, having my distance class. About halfway done with the assignment and my teacher said deadline Tuesday, which led me here to commenting on Reddit instead of what I should be doing. Debugging. I can find the issue in other people's code faster than they can. I just hate doing it because it requires a lot of sticking shit to the wall and seeing why it won't stick. 64 errors in code. Oh, they forgot a bracket over there. EZPZ 2560 errors in code. Duck my life. 99 little bugs in the code. 99 little bugs in the code. Take one down. Pass it around. 104 bugs in the code. Disappointing my parents. Listening. I'm fairly introvert, so my need for speaking is pretty low, so other people can vent to me and praise me for being a good listener, but it usually bores the hell out of me. Socializing at parties. Writing. I'm good at it because I put in the time and effort to do it correctly, not because I'm naturally skilled at it. The secret is in the editing, and re-editing ad nauseam. I am also exceptionally lazy, so doing the inherent work of putting pen to paper is excruciating. Masturbating. I ducking hate it, but I get off every time. Good job. Drawing and painting. I have always been a pretty good artist ever since I was a young kid. When I got to college I realized I hated it and almost never do it anymore. Being a nerdy, obedient kid for parents. Asian here. Cleaning. I hate cleaning, and cleaning my own place is the worst. Feels like I have to drag myself to do the non-essentials some days. Helping old people with their phones. Cleaning, organizing for keepers, like pre-hoarders. My sister had this problem particularly bad, and every few years I'd totally redo her room and make it beautiful. Last time I did this, apparently she literally fell on the ground and started crying. My mom thought she was upset at first, but it was just extreme relief and clarity, having all her things laid out nicely and easily accessible, visible, without extra clutter, open bracket, and I used rubber cement to stick black tissue paper against one of her walls. It's really easy to take down and does not damage, and honestly it looked really cool. It made the room feel way bigger, but I'm a keeper and I cannot keep my office clean organized for shit. Lying. You're lying. Fun fact, one of my minor superpowers is that I'm only good at things I don't particularly enjoy doing. This'll get buried, but I have a 1 in a million singing voice for light opera and comic musicals. I'm a huge fan of classical and opera, especially late romantic, early modern, but I ducking hate most musicals. Semicolon. But hey, if society collapses and you need someone to do Pirates of Penzance over the campfire for the kids, I guess I'll indulge. Drawing. Been drawing as long as I can remember, but now I just get stressed when I draw. Since grade school to now, everyone and their mother asks me to draw them something in return for absolutely nothing. Got to the point it's the only way I felt noticed in school or around my peers. It's very minuscule, I know, and I'm humbled to an extent that people could see my art and physically want it, but it makes me only draw for myself at the end of the day because of it. Even when I started to do it for money, people just want to skip out on the pay or cut you short. BC, it didn't take long enough to warrant that price. I just lost the passion and fun of drawing after years of dealing with very rude people who do not think artists deserve money for their time. Find myself enjoying it here and there when I am bored or making something for myself friends. Aside from that, I sadly don't think I could handle a career with it. I am good with animals and kids, but the weird looks made me hate children, and animals started to annoy me like a year back. Adult male being good with kids equals parents assuming you are pedo or some craziness. I've found it best in life to ignore all children unless they are my close friends, and even then I am never in a room alone with a child. Just best to cover my own butt. Being a duck up. Whoa, you made it to the end? You're a ducking beast. I'll cut you a deal. Smash like and subscribe for more curated content, bruh. It's free and that's a great price.